Hey guys, this is CJ and welcome to my vlog. This is my first entry ever. I'm super excited about it. I've thought about doing vlogs in the past and I've always decided no, but all the cool kids are doing it, so I caved to peer pressure. So, for those of you guys who don't know me, I'm a very dorky person. I get myself into all sorts of ridiculous situations. I'm just a ridiculous person in general. That's pretty much what the blog is always going to be about, is just random quirky things about life, random quirky stories, opinions about stuff. If you guys want anything in particular, leave a comment down there, and I will try to get to it. So I thought about what I was going to do for my first blog entry, and I really wasn't sure, so I started talking to a couple friends and thinking about it a little bit. And one of my friends was like, hey, why don't you do aviation? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know, that actually is a really good point. You know, I love aviation. It'd be a really fun thing to talk about for me. I was told once that your first flight will either make or break you. And I'm not talking about the commercial flight where you have to beat up the old grandma for the window seat, and then she gets pissed off at you because you have to call over her because halfway through the flight you have to pee. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. Here's my first flight. Quirky story behind that one is, my friend Derek comes to me. We were friends at the time. We're dating now, but that's irrelevant to the story. So he comes to me and he's like, you know, it'd be really fun to take you flying sometime. And I'd be like, yeah, I'd really love that. And he goes, well, if you'd be willing to split the plane with me, we could go. I was like, yeah, sure, you know, that's no problem. I can split the plane. So we get out to the airport and we rent the Cessna 152. I'm going to try to put pictures up on my Facebook of it. I'm going to see if I can find some somewhere. Anyway, so we get out there and we get all the headsets and we get everything that we need and put it in the plane. And he starts walking around 3 or 4 times, and I'm just sitting in the background like a total idiot. I have no idea what's going on. He starts doing his pre-flight, which, for those of you guys not in aviation, it's to make sure that A, the plane is safe to fly, and B, it is not going to fall apart in the middle of the flight. Kind of important. So, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just sitting in the background like, I'm an idiot, I have no idea what's going on, yay! So then he finally, like, after 4 or 5 times walking around the plane, he finally comes back and he's like, okay, total straight face, it looks like an airplane. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, it better fly like one too. So this is warning flag number 1. So then we get in the plane, and we start taxiing, we head out to the runway, and we get up to our little run-up area, and he starts going over a couple of things with me. He goes, okay, first off, I need you to know that do not touch the controls until I tell you to. And I'm sitting there like, there's no way that there is a regulation that would let me fly. Like seriously, it can't be legal. It's like a car, right, where you're not allowed to drive it unless you have a permit or some shit. Come on now. No. I'm not going to be flying this plane. I'm not going to touch the controls. I'm just going to leave them alone. The second off, he starts going into, okay, well, you know, just so you know, if something were to go wrong on takeoff and we were to land back on the runway or however that were to work out, there's a golf course at the end of the runway. And with the biggest cocky smile on his face goes, and I'm going for the par 5. And I'm sitting here like, no, I'm not playing golf with an airplane. He's sitting there like, dude, just relax. It's just so you know I have an emergency plan. And I'm sitting there like, I'm not playing golf with an airplane. It's just not going to happen. No, not happening. He's like, just relax, we're fine. And I'm sitting there, and he's just like, alright, I need you to be quiet for a minute so I can listen to the radio. So then all this gibberish comes over the radio, and I'm sitting here like, okay, whatever, do. And then he sits there, and he's like, okay. He starts doing his final run-up stuff and his final tests, which anyone in aviation knows what I'm talking about. Those of you not in aviation, you're basically checking the engine and making sure it's going to actually take off. So we're checking every last little thing, and then we get on the runway, and right before we get on the runway, he goes, okay, by my calculations, this should fly. And I'm sitting here like, oh my god, we're gonna die. I am letting a 22-year-old fly me around. We are going to die. Oh my god, we're gonna die. I'm gonna die today. So finally we get to the runway, and now I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm really uneasy about this, but whatever. And so we take off. And suddenly I go from like really uneasy to like a kid on Christmas, and I'm like, oh, this is super exciting, and I'm super happy, and oh my god, this is so much fun, I'm so glad. Yeah, okay, so then we get up there, and we finally get to altitude. And he kind of like sits there and he's like, you have the controls. Just that casually, you have the controls. I'm sitting here like, the hell I do. No. No. No, 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 no. This is not going to happen. And he's like, no, just relax. You have the controls. So I very carefully grab the yoke and proceed to pull it towards me. And then proceed to do like a 500-foot climb. Which, just so you non-aviation people know, you pull back on the yoke, it goes up. You push it in, it goes down. Like nose down. So I make us climb really, really high, and I'm sitting there freaking out like, okay, this is not okay. This is so not okay. This is really bad. This is not okay. So he sits there and he's like, whoa, 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 relax, relax, relax. Just calm down. I'm sitting there like, no, I'm not going to calm down. I'm going to kill us. Like, it's settled. Like, if you weren't going to kill us before, now I'm going to kill us. He says the very reassuring, trust me, there's nothing you could do that I cannot recover us before it kills us. I'm sitting there like, well, that's reassuring, I think. Okay. So I started actually flying the plane, and he starts teaching me, these are turns, this is how you go up, this is how you go down, this is how you turn the plane, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really exciting, and I go back to being a kid on Christmas, and I'm like, yay, I'm flying a plane, I'm super awesome, I'm super cool. Then he decides to explain a stall to me. And, it's just going whoosh. Just right over my head. And aviation people, you're probably laughing. Non-aviation people, it's when you do this and make the engine stop. So he's explaining this to me, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, I've stalled a car before. That didn't seem that fun then, but okay, whatever, sure, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So he proceeds to make us climb, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, 2 seconds ago you said this was not okay for me to do. So I proceed to very subtly grab onto my seat and whatever other holy shit handle I can find. And I hold on, and I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna die, 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 I'm so gonna die. And he recovers the plane very quickly. And I yet again go from, holy shit, I'm gonna die, to, hey, Kid on Christmas, yay, we're flying. And he kind of sits there very confused, like, okay. I get super excited, and then he's like, alright, well, our hour's about up, so we probably should take it in. So we go, and we find the airport, and he lands the plane, and we land, and as we're walking away, he's just like, I really hope I didn't scare you too bad, I was just having fun, and that's basically what scarred me, and now I'm trying to fly. For the pilots out there, just on the record, just so it's not like I'm not an aviation expert by any means. I have 1 logged hour, and I have 5 unlogged hours, not including that first flight. So that was my first flight. That's what got me into it. I would recommend anybody who's terrified of flying, don't fly with a pilot that's going to scare the crap out of you, because you'll be ruined. If you don't scare easy, I would recommend flying with somebody who's going to at least have fun, because from what I hear, it's not so fun flying with people who just set it on autopilot. I've done that before too. It's not fun. But anywho, that is my blog. I am going to try to post new videos each week. I hope you all enjoyed. If you guys have any suggestions for things you want me to rant about, or anything that, if I've got a story that kind of relates to it, or anything like that, leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe, and I will be trying to upload new videos very shortly.